Local journalists have also been asking, where's the money? They found, quote, the FireAid website names only 3 Palisades organizations that receive grants. Among almost 120 organizations listed as receiving grants, none of whom are specific to Pacific Palisades, and those 3 are Kehelet Israel, Chabad of Pacific Palisades, and Palisades Charter High School. Others have tried to directly reach out to the Annenberg Foundation. They were kind of given the runaround, various extension numbers, somebody saying they would call them back, no one called back. Also referring them to some mysterious man named Philip, no last name. He was never found. This is just crazy. So essentially what they're doing is taking the $100 million, then paying themselves roughly 70% of it, and then the rest of the money they're dishing out to various other nonprofits with their own administrative expenses, and that's how $100 million just ends up disappearing.
Something very dark has happened in California that we got to talk about because of remember the fires, and I know a lot of people have not been talking about that lately because there's been so much other news, but there's a great scam and President Trump just exploded. He is not holding back on what has happened here. I'm going to play a clip here from the Jesse Waters show that explains in depth as to what has happened in California. We know that California, there's been many ICE protests. There's been so much already happening, so much ridiculing against Gavin Newsom. And I think it's very well deserved because many people, even Democrats, think that the state has gone down the drain ever since he's been governor. But something extremely dark has taken place from the disaster, from the victims, and there is $100 million that are missing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read to you exactly how Trump exploded and what he said and how he's basically questioning Gavin Newsom. But first, let me play you this so we can go more into detail as to what's going on in California.
Tuesday night, we blew the lid off the $100 million raised by rich celebrities for LA wildfire victims. Not a dime went directly to the fire victims. Instead, the cash went through a liberal nonprofit spin cycle. Victims who were featured in the fire and the concert say they're still waiting for help.
Okay, so at this point, you're still, in the process of getting.
Still in the process of getting.
Did you think that you would actually get direct money?
I did. As with, I'm sure, most Altadenians and those in Pacific Palisades, they also pretty much, the fire aid was for us. So we figured that, well, where's the money? Where is it going?
President Trump just posted this on Truth Social. Fire aid is a total disaster. Looks like another Democrat-inspired scam. $100 million is missing. Was supposed to go to the Los Angeles fire victims, fires that, with proper management, would never have even happened. One of the nonprofits, the California Native Vote Project, which empowers Native Americans to vote, in a zip code with 16 Native Americans, has now given the money back. They coughed it up. Good. We reached out to the 19 celebrities who participated in the event: Billie Eilish, Pink, Katy Perry, Sting, Green Day, Dr. Dre, to see if they wanted an investigation. Have not heard back yet.
Yeah, so what's really going on with the money? $100 million that was raised for the victims. Now, we know, and we can go through video after video of things that have been happening out there that are very suspicious. Many people are, they're building new things, new buildings, low-income housing in these areas. What's going on? They're like rebuilding the entire communities to really make it more of a governmental seed that was planted. And now it's going to grow over time to be something that never looked like before. Know that that's something that's happening out there. A lot of residents have been worried about what the plan really is. So President Trump jumps on and he goes berserk. He says here, I want to read it to you on Truth Social. He says, fire aid is a total disaster. Looks like another Democrat-inspired scam. $100 million is missing. Was supposed to go to the Los Angeles fire victims. Fires that, with proper management, would have never happened in the first place. Governor Newsom, he says, refused to release billions of gallons of water from Northern California and the Pacific Northwest. What a difference it would have made if he would have did that. I have since overruled him, and it is now released. All federal housing permits have all also been approved. He says the city is years late. Get the fire victims their approvals to rebuild and do it now. This is one of the arguments that he had back then when this first happened with the mayor, Karen Bass. There were no approvals for people to clean up their own debris, their own mess. They needed permission from the city, and they did not get permission from Karen Bass. And now, where is the $100 million? There's just something going on that, again, just does not make sense. Which brings me to this video, and there are many other videos like this. The Los Angeles Pacific Palisades fire aid corruption is off the charts. This is a deep dive of an investigative journalist. Here's what he uncovered. He's been uncovering a lot more than this. Take a listen.
That $100 million fire aid concert. Guess what? Sue Pascoli over at Circling the News and her deep dive investigative journalism discovered that the second round of $50 million funding, guess who took a fire aid grant? Let me tell you, so you don't have to think too hard. Gavin Newsom and his Cal Volunteers office took a fire aid grant. So that's cool. We'd like to know how much you took and exactly what you did with the money for Altadena and Pacific Palisades. And I mean, dollar for dollar, what you did with it. Thank you.
So that is a resident of California speaking up on this. But wait, there is more. We got to talk about this, right? Because there's some type of cover up happening here. After it was exposed that Gavin Newsom took Pacific Palisades fire victims' money, Gavin Newsom had the evidence removed from the fire aid website. So the first video of the website shows Gavin Newsom took the money, and the second video shows the evidence of the removed one. Now, this is the first video.
Oh, we got the proof, right?
I'm going to play this first video from the beginning here, so that way you guys get more perspective.
Oh, we got the proof right here. Go to the fireaid.org site. Go to where you search grants, search round 2, scroll down right here. Oh, we're scrolling. Boom, Cal Volunteers right there. Newsom's little nonprofit. Click in at the Cal Volunteers page. Who are they? About Cal Volunteers. None of them look like fire victims. They got nice clothes. Their clothes didn't burn down. Yeah, we could have skipped that check. They didn't need any fire aid money over here. Oh,
here's the next one. Here we go. Let's go to the next one. The next video. As I get off this page, I go to the next one. Let's go right here.
Oh, of course, Gavin Newsom and his wife called up the fire aid scam, $100 million money laundering. They said, delete it off the website because Spencer posted a screen recording of us on TikTok. So go delete it. They can't know that we took fire victim money for our little made up nonprofit. Go check it out yourself. This person's right. They removed it from the website since yesterday.
So they removed it from the website. What exactly did this nonprofit, how much, what did they need the money for? And what's really going on with Gavin Newsom and this organization that just so happens to need this victim's money? But where is the victim's money? Where is the $100 million? What's really going on? This has been the story now for like about a week or so. And we tried to catch up with Gavin Newsom. I tried to figure out exactly what's been going on with him. And what I found has nothing to do with anything. In fact of it all, Gavin Newsom is out here inciting his extremist base. This is what he's up to. He's not trying to figure out what happened to the money, the $100 million or anything. This is what he's doing.
That's how strongly I feel about this moment. And I think millions, hundreds of millions of Americans feel the same. We take Donald Trump seriously when he talks about the 2028 election. I mentioned to my friends a moment ago that I got a hat, a Trump 2028 hat from one of Donald Trump's biggest supporters, one of his biggest and most influential supporters. They're not screwing around. We cannot afford to screw around either. We have got to fight fire with fire. And I'll close on that point. What more evidence do you need in the state of California in the last just 6 months? Warrantless raids.
Fight fire with fire. Speaking of fire, what's going on with the victims? What's going on with something that you could have prevented? You're here talking about something that has not happened or will not happen for another 3 years, 2 years, about 3.5. So this is the state of the Democrats. They're out here scamming. Is that what it is that they're doing? Not only are they scamming, question mark, right? Allegedly, but they're out here trying to incite their base to fight fire with fire, to worry about something that is not going to happen anytime soon because they live in the future. This is what they've lost and they're continuing to lose. While other people are on the Fox News claiming, hey, we haven't gotten any help. You know, our house burnt down. We still haven't gotten the permit to clean up or rebuild. In fact, you guys are like planning on rebuilding or doing other stuff that really we have no knowledge of. So what's really going on with Gavin Newsom, Karen Bass? What's up with the money? What's happening in the state of California, right? He claims there's not a mass exodus, but the numbers show otherwise. It's a very weird time to be a Democrat. You don't know which side to stand on. You just are anti-Trump and as anti-Trump could be, but in reality, where is the money? Where is the money? You've been caught. Where is the money? What is happening? Trump is now bringing light to this. Let's see how far that goes, ladies and gentlemen.